open an image in Affinity Photo or go to Layer and New Layer. You need a layer. Once you've done that, go to Gradient tool and add a gradient, any kind of gradient. Also, if you want, you've got those swatches, you can always set a far more colourful design, maybe select something like that. Also, go back to Layers, and that's in the View menu, Studio and Layers. All the panels are in the Studio there. You can just go there and right click and you can duplicate this design. So with that duplicated, you can resize it, move it around, rotate, and much, much more. Also, you can apply effects. So if you want to keep some unusual effects with this, you can always click Effects, maybe go for 3D. So it's 3D there. You can just change it, soften, change direction, maybe go for bevel and emboss. I'm using pillow in this case, maybe some outer shadow. So just outer shadow, go for that. A variety of different effects. You don't have to unless you want to, of course. Once you've got that, what you can then do is you can go to Layer and you can rasterize. So the whole thing, the effects and the original gradient can all be now combined. So deselect that preserve, click rasterize. Well, you could of course finish that. I think that's quite nice design. You could of course duplicate it, etc. But also you can go to filters, distort and mirror. I love the mirror feature. Mirror feature is just great, especially used with layers. So just go there and you can see what happens. You can just create all these, and you can change origin point as well. Now, sometimes it doesn't always result in the greatest of designs. Sometimes it does. And you can always undo, maybe change things, move things around and decide, you know what, especially when you've got, let's say, that 3D bevel effect. I think it just creates beautiful sort of mirrored designs there. And you can change the number of mirrors or maybe keep it, say, like that. Perfectly reasonable. Click Apply. So you've got that design. Well, over here, it's a pixel layer. So as a pixel layer, you could, of course, turn it into a brush stroke. Perfectly reasonable as well. You've got brushes there. You always go there and you could go down there to New Brush from Selection. But you can also go to Layer and New Pattern Layer from Selection. And you can see now you've got all these lovely star designs repeated forever. You can also set the mirror on if you want. Not that it makes any difference in this case. And you can then move it around. Now, if you go to Layers, go back to the Layers panel, you can always remove the previous. So you just get rid of that. You can keep the background layer. I think the background layer, as well as the star, looks quite a nice combination. So select the pattern layer again, hold down the Alt or Option key and duplicate the design. So you can then see you can create another design and you can move that around. And of course you can resize it. You don't have to keep it the same size. Reposition it, maybe like that. Again, hold down the Alt or Option key. Again, now it makes sense you select the pattern layer and you can see the pattern by that bounding box. That's the key thing. And just duplicate that. And you can fill your design, all kinds of different star designs like that. Or not. You can always undo at any point, of course. Always undo and resize, scale, rotate, and much, much more. And of course, what you can also do is you can use this design and go to Layer and Rasterize. I just want to rasterize the whole thing. So it's rasterized as complete layer now. The pattern's gone. You can see it's pixel. And again, you can go to Filters and you can always use the Repeat option. That's perfectly reasonable as well. But you can always go to Distort and Mirror again. And I think you can create some really stunning mirror designs just by using that. Say, just like there, change your input. Maybe go for that. Click Apply. And again, if you want to, just remove the previous pattern because it doesn't look too. And you can, of course, still continue to reposition, etc. Or maybe go over there and again, go to Filters, Distort, Mirror, and reapply it again to create even more unusual designs. And you literally infinite exploration just using the mirror filter. And again, you can vary, of course, the various settings here. Maybe go for. Sometimes I think there's a certain point where it just doesn't look as good. If you go up to 20, you know, push up to 20, doesn't look as good. Sometimes it's just keeping it fairly reasonable at about 9 or 10, I think sometimes. So you can just do that and you can still change input. I love the input feature. Input feature is great because sometimes you get something where it's just set to 0 input. It doesn't look very good. But then you can just use very quickly the input here. Straight away, whole load of great designs can be created. Click Apply. And of course, once you've got that, it's still just a pixel layer. You can then go down to Effects again, click there, and now go for maybe outer shadow again. Just add a shadow to it. Which may darken it a bit too much, I don't know. maybe 3D as well. So you can just add 3D, bevel and emboss, and so on. Create all kinds of unusual designs, maybe change the direction. Click OK. And there you have it. Very quickly, your combination of mirror filter along with pattern layers, etc. can create all kinds of amazing designs. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.